Hey y'all, it's Jenna, back again for another talk about real stuff. So, what I'd like to talk about today is living in the moment. Now, I don't mean this in the sense of, nah, dude, I'm not gonna worry about anything, I'm just gonna live in the moment. Not that there's anything wrong with that, it's just not quite the way that, at least at this point in my life, I'm able to view things. What I mean more is looking at what's going on right now in my current situation, knowing that that is what I'm able to contribute to, I'm able to control by my own actions, and I'm able to put my focus on in a healthy way, as opposed to being very caught up in something that already happened that I no longer have any control or input about, or something that's coming in the future that I would get wrapped up in and worry about, although that too I have no control over in this present moment. This is really freaking hard. For some people it's not that hard. For me though, it's really hard. And I guess that's kind of why I want to share my thoughts about it with you, because I'm still working on it and processing it, and recently had some experience where thinking about living in this moment was really hard for me, but I tried and it helped. And I think that there's some value in that. This is what usually goes on in my head. I'll look at my schedule for the day or for the week and see all the things that I have to do at once, thinking, I know, like cognitively, that that's not all at once, but I'm looking at it all at once, so it seems completely overwhelming. And then I'm like, okay, I need to get this done, I need to get this done, and right now I have to make sure that I focus on this so then I can do that, and oh my god, then I have that commitment that's going to take away from all the other things I have to do, but I have to do it, so I'll go do that, and I'll go do this, and it all gets crazy. So then I'm freaking out about all of the things that I have to do, and I don't want to do them, and I don't want to do what I'm doing now, so I'm just unhappy. It's in this kind of a cycle that we let becoming overwhelmed truly overwhelm us to the point where we can't function. And that's not good. So when that was happening to me, I decided that I needed to talk to somebody else who wasn't caught up in the busy craziness that's in my head. That was the first thing that was really helpful. To talk to someone that isn't going through that, but knows what you mean, so that they can empathize, but they also have a clearer, more logical way to think about things. They know you're not gonna die of being overwhelmed, even when it feels like you're gonna. And so then the advice that my sister gave me became really useful. She said, live right here. What's happening right now is the only thing you can really focus on. Now that you know what the trajectory of the day and what you have to get done is, there's no use in thinking about what's over here coming next while you're here, because then you can't do what you're doing here. So knowing that at this time, this is what's happening. At that time, that's what's happening. And you can leave it over there until you get to it. That way, if there's fun things interspersed between craziness, like if you have a club meeting to go to that you love, but you have to study for an exam, you can actually enjoy the club meeting like you usually would, knowing that right then that's what you're committed to, and later you'll still study, and you can think about that then. This doesn't actually change the amount of things on the list. Doesn't really change what you have to do, what you feel you have to do, what classes are requiring you to do, what your job is requiring you to do, but rather it's just looking at it in a different perspective. It's taking it one step at a time. Like if you're training for a marathon, you don't run a marathon on the first day. You take each day training as it is, and you gently increase, and you push yourself a little bit, but you're kind and you're gentle to yourself. You say, it's all right, you can do it. And I think I need to remember to do that more in my everyday life. How about you? Do you feel like you need to be gentler and kinder with yourself when things get hard? It's a really tough human condition, and it can get easily mistaken for wanting to push ourselves to improve and be better when we're like, nah, you could have done better. Why are you slacking and falling behind? That kind of an attitude isn't actually helping us to be productive. It's taking each thing as it is and trying our best in each moment. And our best varies. But when you do your best, who can really be mad? So I guess let's give it a shot. You can, and I certainly will too. That every time things start to get crazy and there's a lot to do, you can take the time to map it out if that's how your brain works. But remember that in this moment, that's all you have. So enjoy the parts that you can. Work hard while it matters. And when it's time to move on to the next thing, take a deep breath, be gentle with yourself through the transition, and give it your all again. Even if your all means taking a break, or your all means working as hard as ever because this matters. You're the only one who really knows that in you. And even though there's often a societal standard of what we should do, see if you can listen and hear for what you need in order to be successful in the world out there. Thanks. See you next time.